Hi everybody, it's Amy at Krafty Kreations, and I am going to start 2 journals. I'm a little insane, I think. I'm not great at that. I know Gail and other people do that all the time, but I struggle a little bit, especially with the keeping it all organized, so I'm trying to keep it organized. So these are going to be manila folder journals, like I was telling you guys. So I've already done like the cover of this one, and I've gotten the papers together that I'm going to be using. And it's just going to be a one signature because then, you know, we'll decorate that and then it will go in this, which will be stitched. So it's like a little pocket. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen people do these. So I did a bunch of them last summer, but I haven't done one in ages. So I wanted to do another one. So anyway, I will give you the measurements of this. So I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to use a lot of the ephemera that I've made for my color challenges. This is the aqua, and then these are just pieces that I made yesterday that I added some black and white to from the collage sheets that I did for the French journal. And so there's like that one. So this one will have black and white as well as color in it. I really love these red pieces, and I wanted to use those in this journal. So I'll use those, and then I just have some other papers that I'll use. And then in the next one, what did I do? Oh, that's that thing. It's confusing me. Is going to be black and white. So this is kind of where I'm at with the black and white. These are the pieces that we did yesterday. And then that's just one of the cabinet cards backed. And then I printed out my 18th century coloring book in black and white, or grayscale, black and grayscale, whatever you want to call it. I really like how that came out. I just have a few pages with this one. I haven't really, I'm going to have to cut these down because when you print on my printer, and this may not be true for everybody's printer, but when I printed it in black and white, it won't let me do borderless. I have no idea why. Every time I click borderless, it goes back to color, and then if I click black and white, then it puts a border on it. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going with the border. I'm just going to cut those off and then I'll fold them. But I also printed out my collages from my cabinet card digi, and I think they look kind of cool in black and white. So yeah, so I'm going to use those in there. And then Jobeth's silhouette, medieval Mirage, her silhouette ones that I used yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and use those as well since I have them. And so I clearly, you can see I need more work on the black and white than the other one. So first what I'll do is show you how or what size I cut the manila folder to, but you can really do any size that you want to make your journal, because if you want more of a traveler's notebook, you can make it, you know, skinnier and a little bit taller, or it's totally up to you. You do not have to do this size. But I just took a regular manila folder. These are actually the ones that, well, these ones aren't. These are some I got from a yard sale. But these ones that I used are from the dollar store. I kind of like them because they are a little bit thinner. They're not quite as stiff as these to work with. And since everything's going to get covered, it's going to be thicker, and it turns out fine. So I'm just using the dollar store ones. So this is the regular fold of the manila file folder, and then you can see it has the little lines for the, you know, if you wanted to make it have a gusset or whatever. I'm not going to worry about that with this because I'm just doing one signature of about, I think I decided on 20 pages, I think. I'll have to count again and I'll let you know. But anyway, it measures 6 by 9. 6 by 9 is the journal size. And then the pocket is just the regular file folder. Again, I've just cut the end off of it, and I cut it at 10. So that way that gives me, I tried to do one that was 8 instead of 10, but I felt like it might, you know, be too much like this once it's stuffed and everything, and so I was worried that it might pop the seam. And I will be sewing this closed, so it should stay closed really well, but when it's, if it gets too full, then you could pop the seam over there, and I just didn't want to do that, so I went ahead and did another one at 10. So it's just the regular manila folder. So if you are wanting to make one of those, you can get all that ready. And oh, let's count how many pages just so you guys can have an idea. And these are just the standard 8.5 by 11. I didn't have to cut anything off of these ones, I don't think, or did I? No, 8.5. 5.5. So yeah, they're just 8.5 by 11. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Yeah, so 20. And I know a lot of people will then now take this and cut it to even up their pages, but I've discovered once I stitch them in, they like even out. I don't know. So I don't know what the difference is. I mean, they probably do that a little bit. I guess it just doesn't bother me if they do that a little bit. But anyway, if you like them cut, cut them. So that's that. So I think what we'll do today is work on some more black and white stuff since I have so much more colored stuff already, and plus I have all the black and white out from yesterday. So I'm just going to put this file folder aside so that hopefully I can keep the two separate and organized. So I was watching Tania on Tatty Treasures yesterday, and she was doing my color challenge, which is linked in my playlist. So if you go to my playlist and the 60-minute color challenge, it was her red color challenge, and she made these little like pockets out of music paper, and I don't know if I did it exactly like she did. I was just kind of playing around while I was watching her do the video. And I just took one sheet of music paper, and you can see this came out of a book, and I cut it in half, and then I cut one a little bit smaller because that way you can get the staggered. So I'll tell you the difference, and you can it's going to depend on the size of your sheet music. So this one is just over 10, not quite 10 1/4, but there's also this little lip that I folded over. So it's probably about 11 long. And then this one is, I didn't fold this one at all, 10. So I just cut an inch off of that sheet essentially. And you can see I folded it multiple times because I was just trying to get the staggered, and I didn't measure. I'm not that worried if this one's exact same as this one. It doesn't bother me. So, and then you can see I kind of missed that edge right there, but I think once we decorate it and stuff, it's going to be fine. And then what she did is she made another flap to cover this. I think I'm just going to go ahead and stitch it, so I'm not going to worry about covering it. But you could use washi tape or glue it, or you know, there's lots of other things that you could do. So I thought we could decorate that, and then I do want to decorate one of these envelopes. I might go ahead and start with one of the envelopes because I know that that'll take me longer. So hope you're all having an awesome day, and since this is going to be my back, I'm not really going to worry about the back a whole lot because it'll get glued down to a page. So we'll just kind of worry about decorating, you know, this front part. And again, this was an envelope I showed you guys yesterday, but in case, you know, you didn't watch yesterday or whatever, it was an envelope that my sister had, and I just took it apart, you know, opened it up. That's why it's all torn and stuff. And I glued together 4 sheets of book page just to make a big enough sheet of paper to put this on, because one standard size, or even the longer 12-inch paper I have wasn't long enough. So I glued 4 book pages together and just traced it on there and cut it out and put it together. And it doesn't bother me that, you know, there's some seams and things, because a lot of that's just going to get covered up anyway. So let's do that. And let's see. I'm going to use a lot of the same papers that we used yesterday, because I love these from Jobeth at Medieval Mirage, and she has a video right now about coffee dyeing, which is really cool, using this silhouette kit of hers. So I'll try to remember to link that video in my description box below this video, and go over and check out that video of hers because it's really neat. She got some really cool effects. So if you do go get this digi and you do that coffee dyeing that she's doing, it just turns out super neat. So I'll probably be doing that too, but I'm not going to worry about that with these journals. I'm going to do these journals first and see what I come up with. But I do love the effect that she got. And she's a super sweet lady. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. It's been pretty nice weather, so even though we're in quarantine, it doesn't bother me too much. I'm always home anyway, really, so it's not that different. The biggest thing is just like going to the store and not being able to get what you need, like I've said before. So that's really the part that probably bugs me the most. But I know for a lot of people it's difficult to, you know, stay in all the time and stuff. It just doesn't really bother me. So I'm just going to kind of tear this down to where the opening of the envelope is. Maybe if I can tear a straight line. And it's hard to see because of the writing. Okay, it's about right there, and then I'm going to use my ruler to tear this piece, hopefully semi-straight. Use my background here. Okay. Cats are racing around. You can always tell it's spring because they start to lose their marbles. So yeah, do check out my playlist on the color challenge because there's quite a few videos in there that are fun to watch and see what other people are doing. And then on Instagram, I gave you a lot of the names yesterday. And the only one, I cannot remember your Instagram, Krafty Kreations. She's been doing it too, but I cannot for the life of me find her thing on Instagram. So if you could give me that again, that would be great. Because then I'll put it in that video and, you know, that way everybody can go check it out. I'm going to ink this a bit. But yeah, it's really fun to see other people, you know, because we all have such different styles and different things that we use, and it's fun to watch other people. And that music pocket was really cool that Tania did. So definitely go check that out. Allie the Cockney Crafter is doing it, and Dee Dee Farrago, both ladies on my design team. Thank you so much for participating. That was awesome of you guys. And I think Denise is just madly sewing masks. Denise at one of our crafts. So I totally understand. She's got her hands full. And if I could do that, I would definitely do it too. But I just don't have enough stuff for that. I mean, I have some fabrics, but a lot of them are like doilies or tablecloths, or I don't know that they'd make great masks. I don't have any elastic either. I know everybody's been out of that. The other thing I haven't been able to get is thread. I ordered it and it's taking forever. I need thread for my sewing machine because I'm almost out. I mean, I have some colored ones, but I like that kind of ivory colored thread most of the time. I'm pretty boring, you know. Don't use a whole lot of the colored ones, but yeah, I can't get it. It's crazy. Yeah, I like these envelopes. They're cool. I can use a little bit of this key, would be kind of neat on here, especially if I can get some going the right direction. This piece right here might work. Let's see, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger to make sure that I get some of these keys like this, and then I will maybe tear down the other side a little bit more. So yeah, thank you for your great comments, and your response was awesome for you really seem to like the black and white, which I do too. It was really fun to play with, so that's why I was like, I really want to do a black and white journal, so I might as well just do it. Yesterday I thought I would mix the two together, you know, a lot of the colored pieces I have with the black and white, but The more I thought about it, the more I just want to do one that's just black and white. Just to see what it comes out like. Alright, and then we need something here, and I'm going to do both sides of the flap, I think. I think I'm going to do the inside too with just a piece of something because these are upside down and that bugs me. If they were going the right direction, I wouldn't worry about it, but in fact, this piece right here might fit. If I turn it this way, I'll have to see more of the design. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do with that. There's ink on that. I really love this black and white kit, Jeff. It is really neat. I always find all of her artwork very inspiring, like it just makes me want to make stuff. She's got a really cool style. She's very talented. For sure. Okay, and then what can we put up at the top? Kind of be fun to do something different. Got the paper clip caught. I don't want to use those yet on that. Maybe I'll just use some of my scraps, which would probably be a really good choice. If I'm getting buried alive. And I did go ahead and print the pages on the parchment paper. I tried it on just white paper and it looks good, you know, but I just love that parchment paper now and I can't seem to not use that for the pages for my digitals, so that's what I'm using. One piece of that. That'd be great to get rid of a bunch of this stuff. There's some houndstooth stripes. Okay, that's enough stuff. Try to find something. I really like those stripes, but I might use that on the other. Thinking with this inside part, this might be good. I think it'll go a little bit better. I would like to get some of this rose, so I think I'm going to move it so that that is like right there, and hopefully it'll get a lot of it. I'm just going to flip it over and trace it. Because there's kind of a, even not just this curve, but there's a curve to the sides of these envelopes as well. Yeah, I love it. My sister brings me all kinds of, she says trash. She's like one of my main suppliers for cardboard though, like chipboard, because at her work the back of the whatever paper things they use, there's a, you know, the piece of chipboard. So she always brings me those too, which is awesome. Got that kind of jaggedy. Okay. Oop, I got the rose. I think I need to rough that up a little bit. Feeling a little better today. I was just all out of sorts yesterday. I apologize for that. It was rough, I'm sure, to watch. I don't know why I keep getting kind of weird with this whole thing going on. And then other days I'm just like, oh, it's fine. I'm sure everybody's kind of gone through that sort of stuff, the ups and downs. I mean, I tend to kind of do that anyway, but this works great too because it strengthens that book page so that it's not so flimsy, because, you know, it does tend to be a little bit flimsy. All right, so what do we want to put on this part? This would go with the, I like that part with the really inked edge. I think I'm going to do that. I had to open and close the flap. I don't know what that, why that was helpful, but. Fingers sticking to that. Okay, I'm struggling cutting this for some reason. It wants to catch. Craziness. This is cardstock, so it's a little bit heavier weight, which will be good. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Even though these are different with the white, I think it's fine. Pull back, it's all sticky already. Over a little. Seems to be. So I didn't just cut the flap. No. Okay. That would be bad. I could probably fix it, but yeah, that's good. I like that. See, so you end up covering most of that whole envelope anyway, so it's not a big deal about the book pages, you know, maybe not matching up perfectly or something like that. I have this from the old design shop, and I think we can use that. We'll just have to cut off this part, which I don't really care. she's a good big piece to use in there. Still a little bit more. It's a tall one. I don't really want to cut any off the top. Her poor little toe is down here too, so we might have to cut a little bit off the top. See if that'll do it. And the old design shop is on Etsy. Yeah, that works. So I'm going to get a bigger, I might have to glue together 2 book pages. I should remember to do that every once in a while. I just forget and always fold them. I love big journaling cards. Let's see about there, making it a little smaller. And let's try to be semi-straight here. That doesn't seem tall enough, but I guess it is. Go. And I ripped it semi-straight. That's a miracle. She's still a tiny bit tall. I have to just do a little bit. Her poor little toe. I probably will just rough up the top, but it doesn't need to be this wide. It's printed on cardstock, so it's thick. Now the dogs in the neighborhood are going to start barking at something, I don't know. That is one thing that has kind of driven me crazy. The dogs lately have been kind of, wow. It sounded like down the street. My daughter and I were sitting on the porch last night, and it sounded like there was a dog fight. It's like, oh no. I don't know if people were walking dogs or what in the world happened, but it didn't sound good. I mean, I don't mind them. It's just when they all get barking, it's kind of crazy. Kind of feel like I need some black back behind her because of all that sort of whitish background. I don't like the shininess of those keys. I could probably sand them, but to see. Piece that I shrunk down might look cool along the edge. Yeah, this is again Medieval Mirage, Jobeth's papers that I shrunk, you know, the whole sheet down, just to use it a little more easily on journaling cards and things. This card's big enough that I probably could have used the larger size, but it's okay. It will still look cool. I'm just going to kind of use these. Yeah, if you are gonna get this kit or have it, definitely go check out Jobeth's coffee staining with inkjet, you know, with these. It turns out really cool. Wow, that fits perfectly. Perfectly. I'll put her like on there. That'll work. I keep scooting down, sorry. Kind of the natural tendency to bring it closer to you. I'm just going to let it dry. Cut it into strips. Like that. I don't want to cover it rather. I like that number thing over here, but I think that I like this more, so still feels like it needs something. Like I almost want to cut her out, but that's kind of a pain. But I think I'm going to. Sorry, I know that's, you can fast forward. Fast forward, fast forward. Hopefully it won't be too painful. I know it's not fun, but it's got to be done. These little scissors are the best for fussy cutting for sure, so they're just embroidery scissors. If you ever find a pair or want a pair, they are on Amazon, the little ones like this. Somebody was saying they love Victorian fashion. I do too. It's so crazy. Like, it's just amazing that people ever dressed like this regularly. Can't even imagine. It's pretty fabulous. All the hats and it's wild. Sometimes when there's these sort of things, I'll just do like that jaggedy sort of motion, because I'm clearly not going to sit and cut out all the little feather pieces. Those little tiny glasses. Good thing we don't have to use those, because I'd never get anything made. Trying to hold on to those things. They must have used magnifying glasses and stuff to embroider. Or you just didn't do it as you got older, I guess. That'd be awful. What in the world would I do? Can't just sit and do nothing. I'd go over the edge. I didn't do a great job on that. The hard part when you come in these little spots, it's tricky. Leave a little bit around them just because I know that they'll get broken off before I get there. I try not to do a whole lot of this with you guys. I know it's annoying, but I thought she was fine, but she needed to be cut out. I think I printed this one on, no, it's white. Thought it was vanilla cardstock for a minute. If you leave a border around, which I could have done, it looks fine to leave these inner parts, but if you don't, they really got to come out because it looks weird. I think. That's just my opinion. There's no rules. I don't know if that is cutting all the way through. No, it wasn't. There we go. Now she's fabulous. See, just needed it. I don't know what else to say. Had to be done. Losing too much the other way. Alright, let's get a little ink around her. A little piece of, I need like a little piece of lace. Just a little bit. Sorry, scissors, glasses, everything's caught up in my crazy little thing to try to get people not to use my fabric scissors. Things you gotta do, right? Do not use my fabric scissors for cutting paper. Kind of includes me, because I've been known to do that. Yeah, like that. I like it. Okay, now the question is how to get this to glue down right. I'm just going to kind of do like that. It doesn't have to have gobs. And I'll stitch around it too so it'll catch it on the side. I might actually have to put a little bit of art glitter glue on there just to make sure with the fabric. I think I got a glue mess on her glasses, of course. Oh, I'm looking over. I thought I dropped a piece of lace in my tea. That wouldn't have been good. I mean, tea dyed the lace, but okay. Man, it's been 40 minutes. I swear that goes so fast when I'm doing this. It's crazy. I want him to stick down there. A little bit more. I don't want that getting caught on everything. Those are stuck down good. Okay. Now we're going to back it with something. I might just do this, and then I'll add something else over here, because you can still write there. Let me see, where's the edge? I'm going to go ahead and keep a lot of the white at the top because, you know, if you're going to write on there, that's fine. Something else. Isn't, oh, that strip down the middle would probably work. Or I actually got some coffee dyed. I think I'll do that. The backing part's not very exciting, but it has to be done. I'll do this in this way. It's like the perfect weather right now. It's gonna be 74 today, which is like my favorite. Right around that temperature, but it doesn't last long. Next thing you know, it'll be 90. Okay, so there's that. That's gonna go in an envelope. Yes, I love this. This is totally my kind of thing. That needs to be glued. So I'm gonna stitch this. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if we can get a little bit done on that. I'm gonna set this over here. Where did that music? Let's do a little something with this. Because it's already basically black and white, I'm just gonna ink it. I don't want that top edge torn. I don't know exactly how this was done originally, but this is just how I did it. But it's nice because it gives you 3 pockets right here, and then the, you know, that can be a pocket back there too. So it's kind of a fun little doodad. And I'm sure loads of this kind of thing has been around. I kind of want to put something right there because it seems a little blank right there. I was wanting to use, let me see, maybe I'll use the black. I have this flower that I liked on here. It's very light, so I'm thinking these are too dark. Could use one of these from Medieval Mirage. Use this portion. Guess it's a flower and a flower. Is that weird? Maybe we'll go this way then. Have less flower. Huh. I like this, I just am not sure. I kind of just want more of the just writing. That part is going to get covered. Oh, I know it would work. Where's... Sorry, I'm just looking for my typewriter book. I actually put it away. That's weird. Very weird. I want to see if there's any of the like handwritten script letters. I probably have used them all. There's a little bit. It just needs a little something. I don't know. Okay, let me ink around these. Okay, now this, I feel like there just needs to be a little black. Digging through my black and white bag again. Will it never end? I'm just not finding what I want. Oh, this might work. Yep. And the rest I'm just going to leave as is. I'm gonna have to cut. Actually, I think what I'll do is just fold it over. Okay, so I'm gonna stitch that, and I'm going to stitch around this card, and I will be right back. Okay, hi, I'm back. So I stitched around the outside of that one. I didn't add any lace at the top or anything because it's gonna go inside this pocket, and it'll, you know, it'll mess that up so it won't close. And then I think I'm going to look for something right here. I just don't know what yet. And then I stitched this, and so I can kind of add like And again, this is my 18th century coloring book in black and white. I just printed it black and white. And I'll back them so they would be easier to put in and out of there, but just to give you the idea, this is sort of what I'm thinking. Those can go in there. And then I think I'm going to add this black and white stamp to this. Right there. And so that is that for today. I can't think of what I want on here. I don't know if any of these ladies might work. This is kind of cool, but that will cover that. Yeah. These are kind of too faded out. And I think I'm just going to have to look for something that I like. That one's cute. And these are from the old design shop, these advertisement things, old curling irons. I don't think I want that. She would be pretty. That one would work. Let's do that one. Got everything all over the place. Headlights. I don't know if I want something else with that. I wonder if one of these little butterflies would work. No, that's not it. A little piece of black lace. I think that's what it means. And if it hangs off a little bit, it's probably fine because it can hang off the page or however. I have those really flat buttons. I like that, but it's a little thick. I like the black. And these are Tina Shabby Dabby Doodah's numbers. I think everybody knows right now because everybody's using them. They're everywhere. Because they're great. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put a bit of this. Just like so. Fingers are all sticky, so I don't want to put them on there. Okay, it's better. Needed something there, it was bugging me. Alright, so those two are done, except for the tags obviously need to be backed and stuff so that they go in and out more easily. They're not as flimsy as that, but there's those two all done. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I hope you like this black and white thing, and we'll chat again soon. Bye-bye now.